So we had a lab section do the urine culture, what it looks like. I would love to first of all go over somebody did your clinical sample. Do you have the sample? Can I have it? Let's just see one sample. Okay. Patient number 1. I don't know you, although maybe everybody know you. Very important. I assuming dipstick is all good. Dipstickly looking for 3 things. What are the 3 things? Do you remember? Dipstick, white blood cell, red blood cell, and nitrite. It's all negative. Now we do a confirmation test using the sterilized loop. Remember, no contamination. McConkey agar, I see the marker you did, nothing there. Blood agar, nothing there. Is that right? Okay, that's qualitative test is negative. Quantitative test looks good, nothing grows. So you don't have bacteria in your urine sample. Congratulations, that's really good. Who else has a sample? Just let me see the results of what it looks like. Okay, there's something happened. So if this is a patient number 2, let's say, we obviously see some of the colony there. Can you see it? So what happened? This possibly have UTI, is that right? We have E. coli. Then go here. Okay, good thing is that we do not see the invasive, which is a beta hemolytic. Now you have to see this guy. You can count, is that right? So you're gonna go ahead to count. Is there more than 100 cells? Possibly. Remember, what are our standards? CFU per ml. So, what this means? This patient might have a UTI, typically. Is that right? 100% will have UTI. Who else has a sample? Who has a human sample? I assuming this is not from your own sample, is that right? But this did a really good job. If it's from your own sample, you need to see doctor right now. I allow you to have 2 weeks not be here, okay? That did really good. Can you see it? And this is streak plating looks nice, okay? That's really good results. And this is really better, really the pink colony for E. coli. Who else have a human sample? Who did the human sample right here? Okay, let me have it. Okay. We'll take a look. Is that okay? Which one is yours? Which one is yours? This one or that one? Which one? I assume it should be something which is very clear. These, okay. Okay, we'll do some of the tests. We'll see. Okay. Your higher can go back. These plates back to you. It looks good. Okay, what we find? Dipstick, you just do by yourself. I'm assuming it's not positive.
Like white blood cells and red blood cells.
Oh, there are some red blood cells and white blood cells. There's some colony here on the blood agar, and I don't think there is anything happen on the McConkey agar. Okay. How about the count say here? Maybe it's a cross contamination. I don't know where it comes from. If you can count it, it's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. About like 13 colonies there. So same thing as my example. There's a 13 colony. So what happened is this is lower than that. So it's not a UTI yet, but it may be getting there. So if this is a patient, you have to be careful. Is that right? That's something, just a case, okay? Just not say you or he, just a case analysis, okay? So that looks good. The lab work did really good. We didn't have a horrible colony growth there. So that's a work what we have last time. That's very interesting to have your clinical trial. So today we'll have another clinical trial. Okay, how are we gonna do it? Do you have tonsil? You have tonsil, is that right? Majority of you. If you don't have it, you can just share with your bench partner. We will do is a clinical trial. Wait a second, you can do it later, okay? This will be a lab testing, also is working with 2 of you or 3 of you. If you don't have a tonsil, you can do a combination, maybe 3 of you. Some of your tonsil are taking out, but what's the reason your tonsil are taking out? Because it's a reservoir for bacteria. Is that correct? So what are we going to do? We have these autoclaved cotton swab right here. You're going to take one, okay? I'll just take one of that. Of course, I'll take 2, sorry. Of course, you have wear the gloves. One person pretended to be a nurse, another person pretended to be a patient. Please make sure you open your mouth and say, ah, like that. And then use this cotton swab to touch the tonsil area. You need to know where is the tonsil, not the teeth. Because if you touch the teeth, the oral cavity, then you have millions of bacteria. Remember, that's a very dangerous streptococcus. Millions of bacteria. I want to touch your tonsil area, very gentle. If you're sick a little bit these days, which will be better? Okay, then you get here. What you do? Very simple, you have a blood agar. The blood agar, you do a streak, very gentle streak at the beginning. Okay, then you switch, use your loop. So we have a blood agar. The blood agar will do a very, this is cotton swab, okay, at the beginning. Then, here we're going to use loop, okay? Then, once this finished, what are we going to do? We're going to use a jar. The jar is right here. This will be a candle jar. Yankees candle. I bought it from outlet, I remember. So we're going to put all the plates right here, one by one. We may need a 2 candle, so we're going to have to light the candle. You have to light the candle like you do smoke. So you put it in the jar, and then you cover it. What's the idea to do the candle jar? We want to generate is a micro-aerophilic environments. This is around maybe 5% carbon dioxide. Okay, then we may be about like 10% of oxygen. So left like 85% is nitrogen. So we're gonna lower down the carbon dioxide, lower down the oxygen level. This might be not 10%, it might be like 5%, sorry, this might be 5%, 15% of carbon dioxide. Because once a candle is flaming, they use oxygen, and once it's off, so that means that most of the oxygen is gone. Okay, now inside we may have some water generated, so also we're going to use a paper towel to put on the side to make sure the water is not being too much or absorbed to the water. Now what are we going to do on next Tuesday? We will look at the plates, look at the pinpoint beta hemolytic colony. That is important. Pinpoint beta hemolytic colony. Because the pinpoint beta hemolytic colony could be streptococcus, it could be staphylococcus. So the simplest way to do is 2 ways to do. Number 1 is catalase test. And number 2 is the gram stain. Okay? So you know how to do the gram stain. You go ahead to do the gram stain, and I will be a little bit late of the first lab because I have a meeting like 8:45ish. The Ryan will let you guys do the gram stain. When I came here, we're gonna to do a catalase test. So catalase test will be a little bit of difference. We're using a glass slides because remember, catalase test you cannot do on the blood agar. It's gonna be all positive because you have all oxygen there. Okay. So that's the thing. So today you only need to work together. Wash your hands, wear gloves to get your patient sample. Same put right here. Once we have two labs, we're gonna use a candle jar to do the incubation. The jar will be still incubated 35 degrees Celsius 24 hours. But you guys have to take it out tomorrow afternoon. Put on the room temperature, otherwise it's being bad. Because this is blood agar. Okay. Try your best is a tonsil area, not your oral cavity. Very important at the back is label your three name initial, if three of you. Two of you label your two of you initial and the bench number. Okay, so you can go ahead to do it. And the blood agar is all right here. And the cotton swab is right on the front. Okay.